You know, I know there's been speak of it being kind of the first time we've had a female-led Marvel movie. Was there ever talk of it just being called The Wasp?
No. No, never. There was never talk of it just being called The Wasp. It was, I actually didn't even know it was going to be called Ant-Man and the Wasp until I think about 2 months before we started shooting. I knew that my character would be more prominent in the film, and I knew that I was going to be somewhat of an origins film for the Wasp where we would introduce her for the first time. But I didn't know that it was going to be the first Marvel film with a female superheroine in the title.
Which is amazing. I feel like you absolutely love this character. I love this character. But I think in the past you've spoken about how with The Hobbit, kind of disappointed about how she's thrown in as kind of a love interest. Do you think that Marvel has treated your character better in this franchise than your character was in that one?
Well, I mean, I always joked about the fact that I said she cannot be a part of a love triangle. That was my one stipulation when I took the role of Tauriel. And then, of course, they ended up adjusting the screenplay and making her a part of a triangle, which was a bit tongue in cheek. You know, I'm not actually like pissed off about it or anything. I'm not running around going, "Oh, I hated playing Tauriel. I loved playing Tauriel." Yeah, but I do love the sort of simplicity and purity and quietness of the romance in the Ant-Man and the Wasp franchise. I don't know what to call it anymore. Is it the Ant-Man franchise? The Ant-Man and the Wasp franchise?
No, let's go with Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Let's go with that one. But even in the first film, there's this sort of budding romance that's just not center stage for my character. My character's hell-bent on accomplishing her mission, which is essentially saving the world from tyranny. And that's really cool to me, that a woman can have love in her life, but it doesn't have to dominate her mind and her heart and her time. And then it's sort of the same in the second one. She's hell-bent on finding her mother, and nothing will deter her from that aim, from that goal. And in the end, when her love gets in the way of that goal, she actually dismisses it.
Which is refreshing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that everything has to be more important than love, but I do think that it is refreshing to see a woman who is singularly focused, who's very autonomous, and yet also can feel and be loving and be romantic and kiss a boy.
Can we expect Quantum Realm to feature more in Phase 4? Can we expect that to pop up again in Ant-Man 3? I feel like it's so big in this one that it can't just end here. We need to explore it further.
Well, it's something we set up in the first movie, The first Ant-Man was the first sort of, envisioning of the quantum realm. There's a little in Doctor Strange after us. And in this one, even though we spend more time in the quantum realm, I feel like we're just starting to dip our toe into what the quantum realm is. And there's so many questions still to be answered about Janet Van Dyne and her 30 years down there. And she says in the movie, that she's evolved, that her environment somehow has, sped up or affected her evolution as a being. What that means, we're not quite sure, but we definitely plant the seeds to it. And also, for eagle-eyed viewers, there is a shot in Ant-Man and the Wasp as Hank and Janet are leaving the quantum realm, and which you can kind of see a little section of the quantum realm that may suggest that there's something else down there to be seen.